How you doing tonight? I'm Corky K. This is Historic Metals, and this is our Sunday night live auction time. Glad to see everybody here. How y'all doing? I see Philippe Chibjord and Silver Paws and my mod Christophe McClawhorn. Good to see you. Glad you're here. I need your help. It'll help a lot. I saw Stephanie in here first. She was first tonight. Thanks, Stephanie Alex, for being a dedicated follower of Historic Metals and showing up early. Appreciate that. We'll see if we can get a few more people in here in the meantime. And how's everybody doing? Y'all having a great 4th of July weekend, holidaying out, relaxing, or maybe going crazy with cookouts? Or what are y'all up to out there in historic metals land? Some of you, of course, probably not even in the United States, but bear with us while we celebrate, us like we do. What's up, Brad V? Another mod has arrived to help save the day. Brad is my hero. Oh man, just helped me out so much last week. Thank you very much for that. Starting to get folks in here. I don't know if Coin Crew has wrapped up yet. They were going all afternoon. If you don't go by their show, you should. It's always a good time. They have a lot of coins, being their Coin Crew. So if you like numismatic stuff, they're a good place to be. Hi, Conrad. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. We're just going to kind of hang out for a minute and let everybody kind of start wandering in. Then we'll kick off with some auctions tonight. Oh, your fireworks are tonight, Stephanie? Well, that may dampen the crowd, or hopefully it's dry for them, but it may slow us down here a little bit from a crowd perspective. If we can't heat up some auction action, maybe we'll have some fun with a game or something. I can do those. I'm not 100% set up for that, but we'll figure it out. Silver City Stacker, good to see you. Buying silver, okay. Well, we can get right into it if you want. There's only 4 people here right now. I feel like we should wait a minute before we start trying to do some auctions. Hi, SkyQuest, or as I like to call you, Sky Q with the high IQ up in the sky. Sky high IQ. Turn my mic up a little if I can. Okay, yeah, I did actually move it. And in my meters, it's peaking out real bad, but we'll crank that up some. We'll bring the desktop audio down a little bit and see if that helps. I might be able to kick up the gain if you... Let's see if I can crank up the gain on it a little bit for you. And you tell me if it's getting too loud, because it is definitely peaking out my meters here. I'll try that for a while. Okay, so clicking and mic button pushing aside. Hopefully that didn't hurt your earbuds too badly in your headphones. We'll get things dialed in. Let's put on a little background music and see if that messes us up and make it a little bit better. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully it's not too loud. Kind of put that down to minimum. Can you even hear the background music? It may be too loud for me on my side. Let's see. All good? How's the music, Brad? I might have to turn my headphones down. Hopefully that doesn't mess everybody's volume up. Cool. Awesome. Vote for Pedro. How's it going, man? Actually, I need to bring that back up a little bit, or I'm in headphones here. It's complicated. Maybe if I take one off. There we go. That's kind of better. It just kind of looks funny. Flip one around backwards. I need to be able to hear myself talk and hear myself think. You're out camping, huh? Your bars are suspect. Well, we'll see how it goes for you. I'm bringing that music down. Yeah, that music's really loud here. Let's see, maybe that's better. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a beginner. All right. Hi there. So, got 9 people in here now. That might be enough to get started with. Man, everything was good for me listening to myself until I turned on that music. I may have to make that even quieter. It's so loud in my headphones. Well, we'll go with that. And I also was monitoring my mic a moment ago, but now I'm not. Let's see if I can monitor. See if it's delayed. Now can I hear my... Yeah, there's a delay, so we're going to turn that back off. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's start the auctions, folks. I'm Corky, this is Historic Metals, and this is our first auction. What I have here today before you is an array of things, and we'll go through them one by one as they come up in the auction mix. But what I'm going to do is start off with this set. This is a 1 ounce silver Lakota round. And in this set, you get the silver round of Lakota looking all tough on the front with a Buffalo Tatanka on the back. And then if you choose to bid on this set, you will also receive a matching copper round, which is the same. So you have a set of two, both the silver Tatanka, copper Tatanka or Buffalo, and Lakota on the front. Lakota Chief there. So I'm going to open the bidding on this set today at $40. And go. Let me do what I'm supposed to do for starting the bidding. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kill the background music. I'll sort that out later because that's super confusing for me right now. But yes, we have the Lakota set. You can start to throw your bids in chat. I have to find my chat window and see what's going on. I've lost it already. I was so prepared. Here it is. There we go. So hi, SC Stacker. How you doing? So yeah, that Streamlabs bot is going to be really picky tonight because I turned it on with all the defaults. I will loosen it up after I see how it acts and what it yells about. I don't know what keyboard symbols it doesn't like. Let me see your deleted message and allow it. Oh yeah, you did a bunch of emotes. That's cool. I'm actually going to let it happen, but I don't know how to let it happen. So nonetheless, I will probably just kill that bot. In fact, let me just turn it off right now because I can do that with a flip of a switch, I think. So yeah, maybe that bot will quiet down and stop yelling at you for using emotes. So what we have here, the Lakota coin at starting at 40. Brad has thrown start in the chat. Feel free to bid. That's a set at $40. 1 silver, 1 copper in capsules. Shipping tonight is $5 all night for everything that you win in the auctions here. And all you got to do is throw your bid in the chat. We don't have any magic rules yet here. I'm not big enough, and I know who all of you are, because if you are at my show tonight, I've seen you somewhere. There's the only way you could possibly know about my channel. So I know everybody, and I pretty much trust everybody here. So we will start that bidding at 40, run it up to where you want to go in a moment or two. If we don't have any interest, we'll try another item. But for an ounce of silver with a copper round matching set, that's a pretty cool little package to open with. What's up, MLZB? MLZB, I'm going to mod you just because you know how to be a mod and do stuff. And I don't know if everybody will always be here. So you're a mod now, buddy. And I have been, in channels where you were doing that. So I know you know what to do. And there you go, Conrad at 40. Thank you, Conrad, for that opening bid. We will run this for a few moments and see if anyone else is interested in the silver Lakota round, which is got this awesome dude on the front of it here. If I can get my glare off him and get a good angle. I do this in the camera left-handed, which is really awkward for me. It's over to the side of me on a different desk. Try to get that where you can read it. Let's see if I can do that. I have a plan for this. I have a backup plan, which is to take a piece of paper I learned from the other guys, and that helps a lot. Yeah, there we go. Independent Lakota, free and independent. I thought I'd open with free and independent Native Americans, with the buffalo on the back, having some grass there, and the Lakota Indian chief on the front. So, and there he is in silver. That the bumps are like part of his look, by the way. That's like the seams of his buckskin type of clothing. And then I'm going to pull up the copper one. Show you that. The copper one here. Same thing. Same exact coin. Ceiling fan is blowing my piece of paper around. I'll probably have to get up and turn that off in a moment. But all the information for me is in the description below. And of course, my mods will help you locate that information as well. And here we are, Circle City Stacker at 41. Conrad opened at 40. Circle City Stacker has come back at 41 for the set, for the Lakota silver and copper set. Any other interest in that? We'll keep checking for another moment before we run it down. It's early in the night. I'm going to go for a couple hours, probably until I get the notification for SC Stacker's show coming on at, I think, 8, so a couple hours from now. And we will, and there's Conrad at 42. It's a beautiful little set. They display well together. If the winner is interested, because these are sort of displayables with the set, I don't know how well they'll ship, but I could put in 2 of these little plastic easels. The thing is, I think they'll get crushed in the envelopes that I use, so I'm not sure that'll work out, but it's a thought. If you have any questions about those coins, I can try to answer them. They're just 1 ounce silver and 1 ounce copper. The copper is worth 2 units of Lakota money, I guess, and the silver is worth 50 units. These 50 buffaloes. You get 50 buffaloes for 1 silver round, I suppose. Not really sure what that 2 and that 50 mean, but they're pretty cool anyway. Conrad Reynolds up to 46 already over here. You guys are going after it in there now. Remember, folks, it's $5 shipping all night. And you'll want to be emailing me if you're a winner at info@historicmetals.com. That's on the screen and in the description below. I think it's 2 is 1 that does that, or Mickey DDYSS. He says, and the description is in below. So we have that. We have, let's see, we got Circle came in at 45. Conrad came back at 46. Circle City Stacker says that you need aisles. You need aisles. Well, you get aisles at the grocery store. You can get aisles at a church. You can get aisles. Lots of places have aisles. Clean up on aisle 7. But I know you mean islands. I'm just kidding. Circle City says he's out. He's out of that bidding. Okay. Let's see what's happening with Conrad and who was that back there? Circle City's out. Conrad was in. I'm going to go ahead and run it then. We'll start running it to Conrad. This is our sniper clip. And basically it's going to count down to 0. And then it's going to stop the bidding. Brad's going to watch and see what happens. And when he sees the thing say stop bidding, he's going to put stop bidding in chat. Brad's your time limit. When Brad says stop, that's whoever snipes it wins it. Can you hear the audio from the sniper movie? Stop bidding. Brad will be putting stop bidding in the chat when he sees that. All right. Let's see if we see a stop from Brad in the chat following here in just a moment. We'll see if we have a winner. I think I have about a 25-second lag. Brad has put sold, sold, sold in the chat. So looks to me like we have a winner with Conrad at 46. Do you agree, Brad? Mr. Moderator of the auction? Independent, impartial bystander Brad. Confirming sold to Conrad at 46. Congratulations, Conrad. That's a great little set. I think you're really going to dig it. Let me get your little baggie labeled up to put your stuff in it, like a successful Walmart shopper here, and you'll have a little satchel of your own with your name on it going. All right, so I'll take those. We will drop those in the baggie. We will label those Mr. Conrad Reynolds. Thank you for your support. Conrad at 46. Thank you, Brad. And of course, just to show you how I'm doing things, I do it like a bunch of the other folks. I'm going to write your name on the bag and put your stuff in a bag so it will be protected from the elements until I'm able to get it shipped in the next, I don't know, 24 to 48 hours due to the holiday. Put that over here on the It's Out of Here table. It's gone. Thank you very, very much. So let's see, what are we going to do next? We're going to remove 2 empty easels. Satchel. The SSE, it's a satchel. I got that from you, but I love it. And I'm so glad to see you here. Hi, Milky. But yeah, satchel, man. I mean, that's what it is. My little prison briefcase. So, let's see. You know what a prison briefcase is, right, guys? Have you ever heard of that? Oh, why did I go out of focus so bad? Hello. This is a prison briefcase, a pack of cigarettes. So you can keep money in there, drugs or whatever you have in prison, I guess, your razor blades or whatever. I don't know. I just read books and watched YouTube videos, but that's what I heard anyway. So you learn all kinds of things about history. Sure, Conrad, that's totally fine. I know you've taken care of your business with me before. In fact, you should be getting a package as soon as the holidays stop happening. And if you didn't get it already, I've kind of forgotten when I mailed your thing. It might still be in the pile of most recent ones from the last couple of days too, but you should have tracking because I do that right away. Which, by the way, I will tell you right after the auction, I will handle my tracking business. So you'll get, pirate ship notifications and things like that from me quickly. For anyone who's new here, hi, mean one. I do ship. People will tell you I do and prove it. But I think everybody here so far is friends. I'm so pleased to see us all the way up to 10 people already. I'm looking over here at another computer where I can kind of check the real-time feed as opposed to my studio controls and my chat room all on different monitors around me. It's a little crazy. Oh yeah, you'll get it next week. That's cool. But it'll be there. Let's see, 11 people. People are starting to come in now. That's cool. If 5 of you who are slacker stackers could smack that like button for me, that'd be great. Because I see 7 likes and 11 viewers, and I sure would love to have your support through the hammering of the thumbs up button with your mining hammers, and see if you can get a nugget of goodness out of the auction tonight for your effort. Let's take a look at another item. Let's go back in time a little bit. What I have here is an interesting round. And now this round that I've just picked up is, if you know an attorney, this is a right to counsel round. And it's very hard to get it to show detail. I'll have to use my paper trick in a moment to get it to really focus in. But it's a right to counsel, which is your right to have an attorney and, during your due process in America. Another sort of, this ceiling fan is going to make me nuts if it keeps blowing my paper background around. Let me stiffen that up by folding it in half. Okay, so this is a right to counsel. It's during your due process, as per the constitutional, right to a fair trial and all of that, and any kind of litigation, you're entitled to have representation, and that's a lawyer. Here we go. So this is the right to counsel round, and on the back you'll see that it is in fact also valuable because it's vintage toned Johnson Matthey. This is a special piece. I'm going to open the bid on this at $45. This is a collector's round more than just a bullion weight round. It has some fantastic coloring and toning. It's Johnson Matthey. I'm really not sure what year this came out, but it is 1 ounce of silver, as you can see. And it's just awesome. I mean, I love this round. And I thought, again, for Independence Day, constitutional rights and freedoms, one of those is your right to counsel. And this is a super cool round. So for those of you interested in that, the bidding opens at $45. Let me start the bidding officially with our clip, and then Brad will run the auction starting at $45. So because of the way I lean over in my chair, I can't just lean over here forever and hold this like this, but I will give you some good close-ups. And then I may put it back in the stand and kind of watch the chat a little bit too, so that I can see what's going on. I was getting some really good focus a second ago on it. Let me try it with my right hand, which stays a little steadier. There we go. It's a guy reading a book and another guy reading a scroll, and they're in like a courthouse, and yeah, lawyers, old-time lawyers. The right to counsel. Opening bid at 45. Stephanie recognizes vintage historic metal when she sees it. Johnson Matthey, just super colorful toning. It's very reflective, but it's also, as you can see, it's old, and it's been, circulated, I guess you could say, or handled anyway. It's not really a coin, so it didn't circulate per se. The front of it, though, just seems antiqued. And I believe it might have been an antiqued round that over time has discolored, and it's just a really cool one. Thank you, Legit. Hi, good to see you. I'm so glad you're here and we're able to make it by. We're just checking out this constitutional rights round here, which is appropriate, I think, for the 4th of July Independence Weekend as an opening item. I tried to pick some themed silver out for the weekend. I don't have the 4th of July collection per se, but I do have some pieces that go with freedom and pew-pews and America. So I'm going to let my arms have a quick rest from waving around in midair sideways and set that down, but bring it up to the front here as our auction item at the moment. And then I am going to take a look at chat. Good evening, Legits or Noobs. Good evening, Mean One. Circle City, everybody's here. This is great. We now are up to 15 viewers. That is unbelievable for a second stream ever. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I hope that I have entertaining things to show you that you're interested in auctioning for and bidding on. I don't ask. How you doing? Man, what a great thing to see everybody here. And a like button even outnumbering the viewers at the moment. Apparently when I said hello to 15 people, I immediately went to 13. YouTubing is hard. Grab a quick sip of my adult beverage. How's our bidding going over here? Stephanie Alex at 45 on the really cool Johnson Matthey antiqued toned. I don't have a lot of information about this. Like if you go look at websites that sell rounds or whatever, they're sold out. It's not new, so they don't have them in stock. There's no prices that I could find. But I know what Johnson Matthey stuff kind of goes for. And it's good stuff. People really like it. It's always an easy collectible when you get to Johnson Matthey and older Johnson Matthey stuff. Now, come on. Cooperate with the camera. Be a good little coin. Let's get in there close. There we go. Johnson Matthey Assayers and Refiners. Fine silver. Good old hi-ho, fine silver. I want to get you a really good view of those guys on there because there's some great detail going on with the right to counsel coin. Any other interest? Anybody? Shall I run it, Brad? I'll start the countdown clip if there's not any more bids in the next couple seconds. I think we're going to run it to, I believe it was Stephanie that I saw up there. Yep, Stephanie Alex. We're going to run it to Stephanie Alex at 45. Let me start the sniper cycle clip. Here we go. Snipers, get ready. When Brad sees this thing tell you to stop bidding, he's going to mark it sold, sold, sold. We'll check the official chat on that. Steph at 45. Any snipers? Let's see what happens. Did you win the treasure? I don't see any snipers. Do you, Brad? I don't. I see some testers, though. Sold, sold, sold. I didn't see anybody even close to trying to snipe on that, Brad. I guess you'll confirm for me for sure, but it looks like Stephanie at 45. Great pickup, Stephanie. I think you got something here. This one's special. All right, let me bag it and tag it. Stack it and rack it. Ship it and send it. That's how we do. Bag it, tag it, stack it, rack it. Ship it, send it. Yeah, that's a pretty special one, the right to counsel. So that went to Stephanie at 45. Send me an email, as you know, to info@historicmetals.com. Congratulations. The toning is amazing. When you see this in person, and it's cool that the front side is almost like perfectly antiqued. I really think it was originally an antiqued finish that has actually then toned kind of unantiqued in a way, like the antiquing surface has gotten shiny on the back. I'm not really sure, but it's awesome. It is actually awesome. So we're going to set that over there in the bag, tag, stack, rack, ship it and send it pile. Come back over here and remove yet another empty easel from the auction. We're off to a good start, folks. Thank you very much. 13 people watching, 16 likes. It doesn't get much better than that. Maybe I should click like myself. Is that egotistical or is that just good for the algorithm? I'm going to do it. So, little cheating on the YouTube. Now let's change modes a little bit. I'm gonna do the next item is gonna be a little bit more complicated. Now, Brad, I haven't tried this before as my official auction ambassador in the audience there. I'm gonna have to tell you what's going on at the same time as I tell everybody. But this is just a bin. So I'm basically just gonna do a bin, and I have of the item, I've got to count it first before I hold it up. 1, 2, 3, 8. Okay, what I have here, I'll show you the bulk and then I'll try to get one out and show you up close. I have 1/10 silver Aztecs. So you guys know the Aztecs, right? It may show right through the baggie. In fact, that helps cut the glare some. But these are the little Aztec coins. These are 1/10 of an ounce. I'm going to bin these at $10 each. I have a total of 8. So bin $10 times 8. The auction format in chat is just going to be, you know, bin 1, bin 2, bin 3 of them, whatever you're looking for there. And then when we get to a total of 8, Brad, we're done. And I'll count up who it was at the end. So these are 1/10 of an ounce. I have 8 quantity at $10 each, 1/10 Aztecs. If you're just looking for something small and shiny so that you can bring home a souvenir from the show, or that you want to throw some things into your wallet, you know, if you're going to get some shipping anyway on something else, these can be little add-ons. If you buy the whole package, of course, then all 8 of them, one person, I might be able to do something on the shipping. But just a nice little, if you wanted an Aztec and you didn't want to go all the way to a whole round or, you know, bar, they're really cool. Conrad's going to add one to his bag. Good little add-ons. A little pricey, but they're kind of cool. Let me take one out and try and get you some detail. I'll touch it, but I'll just touch it by the edges because it's too time-consuming to put on the glove for this. I'll use my piece of paper. I have 8 available. Conrad just took 1, I think, unless they're asking him how many. Yeah, Conrad. There you go. And it's got the same detail as the bigger ones. So if you Google the Aztec rounds, you'll be able to see the pictures of them up close. It's really detailed. It's really hard to get something the size of a dime on a camera, as you guys know from all the streamers. We're all struggling with this. Oh, come on. It's just blind there. Now, if I could just ease into it real slow. Actually, this might be a great time to use microscope cam. Let's try that out. So, if I go to the microscope and I reset it real quick. There we go. So if I do this, take this little lid off, it's a little dust cover because that has a sticker on it. And we go over to that. Here's a microscope cam. Let's see if I can hold it steady and get it focused in. There's so much detail on these 1/10s. It's really hard. So much. That's a tiny little dime-sized thing with all this detail in it. Yeah, that's good. Sorry if I'm making you motion sick. There we go. If I'm real careful now. And I've got the thing upside down, and if I try to turn it over so that face is right side up, then I'm going to blow up the focus. Hocus pocus. But I've been wanting to practice this live anyway, so here, watch me practice with my microscope. It's a handheld microscope, hence the shakiness. But you can see the detail in those little 1/10s. Hold the coin with a small box top. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Shroom Day. Aztecs. I have the 5 ounce, the 1 ounce. I have quite a few of the Aztecs, my friends. They will eventually come up for auction. So, speaking of the bin and how we're doing. 7 left is what I see in chat. Oops, I've left you on the microscope and dropped the microscope in its little holder. And let's transition back over here to the very white, very blast white silver. 7 left. Nobody else? Okay, let's do this. Let's drop them back to $9. No, let's make them $8 each, and I'll honor that price for anyone who's already bid on the first one. So that was Conrad, I believe. We're going to go to $8 on these. That's my final offer. $8 each for the 1/10 silver Aztec. Great little wallet edition for a little extra piece in your collection. Conrad, you're now at $8 instead of 10. Trying a stormy trick I learned, offer it, and if they don't go for it, drop the price. I guess that's just basic marketing. Now $8 each. We'll see how that goes for a moment. So has everybody got big plans for the weekend? All you folks that are in here now, up to 15 people. I should go say hello to some people again. Set those where they can be seen. And let me come over here and scroll around in chat for a moment. See what we got going on here. So it looks like we can say hello to SC. I caught you when you came in. Legit. And Stephanie and Chris and Brad. Okay, so I see 15 people, but I don't know that I greeted 15 people. Shroom Day, I didn't say hello to you out loud. I love your idea to hold the coin with a small box top. I'll have to find a small box top. Usually send my box tops in for the decoder rings. Christoph wants one. So, okay, so I have Conrad one. I have Christoph one, or I'm just going to write claw times 1. So that leaves, you're down to 6. Yep, that's true. I started with 8. 2 are gone. 6 remaining at $8 each. If there's not too much more interest, I can wrap this up and we'll go on with the next auction item. Let me find our correct screen again. So it's good to see everybody face to face and say hello to you and happy Independence Day and all of that. And, if there's anything that you've seen go by in the auction already, we've so far sold all the items that I've held up except for the 1/10 in full. I haven't sold all of those yet. But if anything comes and goes during the auction, be sure to email me and let me know you liked what you saw and you want to make a deal. Let me know what that might look like. Camping with Friends, got 30 of you out there. Well, they should all be logged into their phones and clicking like on my video, Pedro. So what I need you to do is bring everybody back to the campfire, get them gathered around, say we're going to sing a campfire song. And then I got to just bring up the lyrics on YouTube, and you can all get the lyrics. And then give them my link and tell them they got to click like. And then tell them there's no campfire song. And then they'll be mad at you, but I'll have those thumbs up. And that's what I need. So that seems like a good plan to me. Do you agree? I think that's how we should do it. I feel like I need to get that music back on, but it's so loud for me here. Oh, wait, you know what I can do is not monitor it. So I'm going to turn off the music on my side, and you guys tell me if it's too loud at any point. So, yeah. Oh, nope, that didn't work. I still hear it. So much for that idea. I got to figure out the music background thing. Nobody does that well, and I need to figure it out. Okay, Conrad, send me an email. We'll definitely hang out in Discord or something and talk about it. I've streamed a lot, but it's been a long time. And in that show, I did play music, but not as background music. I was actually DJing music, and it was very different. A very different rig for that. We actually had the rights to play copyrighted music, so we could do real DJ shows, which was pretty cool. All right, the chat room. I gotta find where I put that now. Here it is. I need to make it the first tab on the browser so I can keep finding it. Rain today and nice tomorrow, Don't Ask says. So are you in a place that does fireworks, Don't Ask? Are you in the States? You gonna have rain out for your holiday weekend? Conrad's just chilling at home. That's all I'm doing. Hello, Mark B. I saw you sneak in there. How are we doing on this? So the buy it now, I think we're going to wrap that up. So I have one for Conrad and one for Claw. Is that correct? And is there anybody else that's interested in the 1/10 at $8? 1/10 Aztecs. I love camping too, Don't Ask, but I haven't been in a long time because I don't really have anybody to go with, and that's just not the kind of thing I do by myself. I don't know. So, hi Jay Tizzo, welcome. Thank you for coming. Let me bag and tag a couple of Aztecs for my boys here, Washington State, and Don't Ask. Yeah, so you'll have fireworks, but you'll also have rain because it's Washington State. I've been to Washington State. It's basically Oregon and Washington State are either raining, freezing, or it's like the 2 days of summer that you get every year. That's how I understand it anyway. So let me put those aside. Grab a couple of baggies. Set these up. So we'll go over here and back to the home base. Yeah, exactly right. So I nailed the weather out there. I was there in my 20s. And we were young hippies running around in the parks and the woods, and I also was on a family trip to Washington State once as well, so I've been there twice. But I'm from Virginia, and I'm living in Tennessee, so I'm mostly East Coast bound. I lived in Colorado for a year, and that's when we went up to Washington and Oregon as 20-somethings. To trip out on a road trip, and I'll just say that there's no pun intended there, but there was no pun. We went to trip out on a road trip in the 80s. Okay, so I have one for Conrad and one for Claw at $8. Thank you, boys. Appreciate that, you kind gentlemen. Put those over there in the ship it ticket pile. Conrad, I can actually put your little one inside your other big bag here. Start to accumulate your little wallet. So for my show, I'm not sophisticated enough to keep wallets for multiple weeks. I do ask you guys to wrap up, at the end of the night or by tomorrow morning. Everyone that's bidding, I basically know. Kickstar is binning the rest of the Aztecs. Okay, so 6 Aztecs to Kickstar. Far out. Thank you. Let me get those rode up. They're actually in their own bag already because they're the rest of them. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3. Let me just make sure. Yep, 6. 6 of them for Kickstar. Thank you, Kickstar. Kickstar, so at $8 times 6. Thank you very much. Shroom Day managed to sneak in a bunch of emotes and the bot didn't yell at him, so I guess turning off the bot actually worked. I will make that a little less aggressive because we do want to have some fun in here. The default settings for that bot were pretty draconian and not very friendly to people with emotes and things. Thank you, Christoph, for dropping my payment stuff in the chat. I have used PayPal and Cash App for years. The Venmo I don't use very often, so good luck. I hope it works. It's set up, but I don't use it, so I don't know if that works out or not. Let's change it up a little bit now that we have 19 people in here. Anybody interested in some gold? Yeah, you know what? It got flipped back to top chat, Philippe. How in the hell did that happen? Every time I leave that tab, I think. Greg Bean. Yep. I'm back. But I also have about a 25-second lag on watching what's coming from everybody. So definitely a problem. But anyway, so for the next item, I'm actually going to show you a picture in a browser, as well as hold up the coin. Oop, I thought I was, but the browser window, why is it not a choice? There it is. Okay. So this next coin, I'm even going to let you see the price. So this coin that I'm about to have on offer is a 2022 1/25th of an ounce gold Noye check lion. It's 1/25th of an ounce, which if you do the math is it's more than a gram, because 31 grams, no, it'd be a little less than a gram, 0.04 grams, about half a gram. I think they call it a half gram here, actually. So this coin is retailing between $123 to $128 at silver.com, which is the only place I could find it in stock. And the back side of it is the queen and a shield and a cool pattern. The front side of it is a lion that looks super awesome. So let me go over here to the item cam and try to get it to show up for you. It's very small. Very, very small here, as you can see. But hey, I got some good focus. Oh, but he's upside down. Got the lion on one side. It's in this kind of factory capsule here that holds it in the center. A queen and a shield. So it basically was easier to show it to you in the browser because I knew I would have a hard time getting good focus here with the detail. But I'm not doing too badly. The gold is very shiny. It is 1/25th of an ounce, or 0.04 hundredths of a gram. 4 hundredths of a gram, I guess. Come on now. There we go. So as you can see, my example of it is perfect. It's never been out of this factory capsule. I will open the bidding on that. As you saw online, it's selling for about $125. I will open the bidding at $110. Let me go back to the browser so you can just see what you're really looking at here. That's what we're talking about. I'm going to open the bidding at $110. 1.338 grams. Yeah, mathing is hard, Christoph. That's why I have mods. Yes, Brad, I was on Top Chat briefly. I was all set for that. It's on the screen now, as you can see. So I'm in live chat. And thanks. 1/25th of an ounce, 0.04 troy ounces, not 0.04 grams. See, and I'll explain myself why I can't think. I had written the baggie out so I would know what to say, and it says 1/25th of an ounce, 0.04, and I kept thinking that was grams, which I just scribbled out because it's 0.04 troy ounces. 1/25th, fractions, right? So anyway, you're correct. It's like a little over a gram, which is great, and it's at $110 for a numismatic coin with a lion on it, no less, and a queen. I'm going to drop it, and I don't want to drop it and break this cool capsule that it's in. I just want you to see that this one is not in any way damaged or dirty or touched or anything. A pen mark on my thumb, and it looks like a scab. I'm trying to fix that. Any interest in the gold at 110? Shipping on those? Yeah, well, Kickstarter. So that was if someone bought all 8. I just dropped the gold. If someone bought all 8 of them, I was going to offer free shipping. You bought 6, so I'll do $3 shipping for those. But if you continue to bid all night, it is the normal $5 if you bring everything else. So I'll just discount the shipping a little bit for that. Okay. Had to fetch the, yeah, basically Brad is correct. Everything is $5 all night. But since you bought, you know, 6 bin items, and I don't do like a stream auction winner kind of thing for the most items like some people do, I'll give you a break on the shipping for those 6 and do it for $3. If you buy any, you know, if you buy a bunch of stuff, it's going to get heavy again though, so I'll end up having to charge you the whole 5. It's a little complicated. We have 0 margin in this stuff, you know, it's like the shipping is basically packaging and postage, and that eats the $5. Mean One at 110. Do we hear anybody fighting Mean One for this $130 piece of gold? Remember, if you bought this at silver.com, you'd get it for $125, but you'd have to pay them with a check or wire. You'd have to pay tax, and that probably doesn't get under their $200 shipping threshold, so you'd pay some shipping on that as well. So rolling out of here with this for less than the cost of retail minus tax and shipping is probably a good deal for anybody, even up at around 120, 125. Oh, man. Luckily, by the way, I want you to know every time I keep dropping this stuff, I got this big bubble wrap pile underneath my camera where I keep shipping stuff. So at least when I drop things, they fall into a pillow. But things are slippery when you're looking at cameras and trying to get them on screen. Okay, that's cool, Kickstar. Let me do the math in my head. 6 times 8, 48 plus 3. That's correct. If we buy anything else tonight, Kickstar, we'll just add $2 more for the rest of the shipping on anything else, and you'll be at $5 anyway. And thanks, by the way, for that email earlier. I think that was you, Kickstar, that invited me to your panel. And unfortunately, as you can see, I'm here doing this for a couple hours. But at least I'm finally getting some good focus on that lion. He's great looking, man. He is just awesome. I actually have a silver round that has that same looking lion on it. Somewhere over in my pile of silver. Maybe I should have made a bundle out of those. We got Mean One at 110. Any further interest, though, in this smoking deal on a piece of 1/25 of an ounce pure, fine, beautiful, shiny gold? Let's see. Kickstarter. Claw. Looking at my little shippy stuff. Stephanie. Conrad, he's got a bag. Okay, I haven't mixed anything up yet. Great. We're on our way to not screwing up so far. I better not jinx myself. All in, all done. All right, let's see if there's anybody that's going to snipe him. Brad, you know what to do. Here we go. Snipers, get ready. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Snipers, get him in there. Brad's going to end the auction. Did you win the treasure? Let's see what happened in chat. All right, Brad. How's it looking out there? Any snipers? We get any snipers? I don't get to play You Got Sniped video yet. Looks like Mean One at 110 is what I'm seeing so far. Sold, sold, sold is in. Mean One. Yep, looks like Mean One took it at 110. We have a winner. Yay, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Sold, sold, sold a Mean One. We're getting better at this, Brad. I mean, I know I'm probably throwing you off with my timing of what I'm saying and what you're doing a little bit, but I think we're so far... Unless we get into a real contentious sniper situation where we'll have to stop and review the tapes. So far, it's working out pretty good. M1, that's what I'm putting on this little baggie. At 110 plus 5 shipping. For the 1/25th, 1 and a fraction gram, as Christoph was able to math out for us. Lion gold. You can't hide your lion gold. All right, we'll put that over there in the ship it and send it pile. Bag it, tag it, rack it, stack it. ship it. That is it's a beautiful little piece of gold. And if you have, you know, one of these in your collection, or if you have one of these in your collection, use it, because that coin has a tremendous amount of detail, but it's obviously smaller than a dime because it's gold. So you're going to want to look at it pretty close when you get it. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's see, what can we do next? People like the gold. Do you want to go with another piece of gold, or do you want to go back to silver, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing over here? 19 people. Holy cow. I'm on my second stream ever on this channel, and there's almost 20 people here. You guys are amazing. Thank you for that. And smashing the like button without even being asked. That's fantastic. But every time I say how many viewers there is, I look again and there's 2 less. It was, a minute ago it was 15, it went to 13, now it's 20, and went to 17. What am I doing wrong? I guess I'm going to stop telling people hello. Just let them sneak in, and maybe they don't want to be seen. Maybe they're afraid. Who all has come in that I didn't greet yet? Let's scroll back here. Kickstarter, of course, taking that gold home and sneaking in. Greg Bean, hello, how are you? I didn't greet you when you got here. Flipping back through the chat. Jay Tizzo, I managed to catch you sneaking in, and Mark B. All right, so it's piling up slowly, and I guess I am getting the greetings done, because I'm not, and there's maybe a few people whose names I don't see here who aren't talking in chat. Please feel free to say something in chat. Say hello. Let us know you're here. Tell us how you're spending your holiday weekend on the 4th of July, or if you're outside the United States. First of all, I can't ship to you, but enjoy the show. Second of all, if you're outside of the United States, light some fireworks anyway, because it's fun. Hi, Crazy Jim. How are you? Yeah, Silverpaws, YouTube does mess with you, but I love YouTube. They're providing all this opportunity to us to have entertainment and excitement and fun. Let's do a piece of silver. I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. You know, I'll go gold and then silver and then something else. You know, there's only different ways to do that. How about a casino round? Anybody a casino round out there? This is Sam Boyd. Now, Sam Boyd is one of the original kind of high rollers and casino owners. He owned a casino called Sam's Town. If you collect casino rounds, this is a cool one and a little bit more older one. Not one of the more contemporary ones. So this one is from 2004. It's for the 25th anniversary of Sam's Town Casino. These, I believe, are 0.90 silver, and I don't think they're a full ounce. So most casino tokens, I think, are a bit less than an ounce. Oh, this one is 0.999 in the center, as it says there, more or less. But they're not a full ounce. That's what it is they're fractional. But they're the size of an ounce round. They're just not an ounce, because that outer rim is probably a base metal, which probably contains the metal necessary to operate their magnet operated coin counters inside the slot machines and things. That's part of the reason why they can't just make them 100% out of silver. They wouldn't be strong enough on the edges. They'd wear out, and they need some base metal to work the magnets in the coin counters and things. But I'll open the auction on this at $20. So I have Sam Boyd here at $20. Cool casino token from 2004. 25th anniversary. I always forget to tell you guys what the auction is. You know, I start describing the item, but yeah. $25. Whatever I said. 25 for the 25th anniversary of Sam's Town. I think I said 20, so started at 20. Sorry, Brad. Brad hates me. He's like, just pick something. Get your head together, man. Cool collectible. They might be a half, don't I think it's more than that. It's like a weird number. It's like 0.89 or 0.98 or I can't remember. I could Google it, but I'm trying to hold it up. If somebody in chat wants to quickly look up the Sam Boyd round, find out some stats on it. I felt he kind of fit into the Americana collection this weekend. The gold doesn't so much. Most of my gold isn't very American. It's all kind of British mints and stuff in Australia, whatever. But the silver I I tried to pick some rounds that tied into being American, celebrating freedom, gambling in Vegas. That kind of fits. Scratches on the case, probably on the round. It was circulated, you know. It's a casino round. Not perfect, not mint by any condition or anything, but very shiny. 0.6. Yeah, see, Milky, I knew it was a weird number. It's not just half or whole or quarter or something like that. But yep, starting bid $20. Cool piece. A little bit of Americana. Bit vintage. If you're a Vegas collector, Sam Boyd's kind of an important dude out there in the history of Vegas. He was one of the early casinos to really kind of go with the new strip style way of doing things. Still considered an old school casino. Any interest on that at all? Or shall we move on? I'd like to try and keep things bumping along here. We're about 1 hour into the stream almost already. Any interest? We'll go ahead and just hold for another 30 seconds or so to see if there's any interest. Last minute, $20. Easy half ounce, cool collectible piece, extra value because it's a collectible. It's also really easy to photograph. Like I've had zero problem getting this to dial in nicely on the camera. It's because he's nice and big. I'm not seeing the interest, Brad. I think we're going to move on from the casino round. So last call. 10, 9, 8, 7, $20. 6. $20 is $20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, well, that's a pass. We'll just take him off the table then. If anybody thinks about that round and says, you know, I don't have any casino rounds and that's a cheap one, I should grab it because it's a smoking deal, just to holler at Brad and chat and he'll flag me down. Or you can tag me or whatever. I like a Milky. I actually, Sam Boyd is just one of the old school casino owners in Vegas. There were a few of those guys, Bally Hurrah. And they set the tone for Vegas in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And then Vegas began the transformation into the modern tourist destination that it is today. So things like the Sam Boyd Casino are going to become more and more relic and less commonplace. And he isn't the best known famous Vegas person either. So I feel like that one's a sleeper. Somebody just missed out on a smoking deal on that. I'll keep it in my collection and I'll be the guy who sells it for more a little later. Conrad said 18, offered 18. Well, since Conrad has bought other things, I got to be honest with you, I can't really let it go for 18, Conrad. 20 was my bare minimum, and I'm not even sure I'm not losing money at that. I actually have that item right here. What did I pay for that item? I bought that. Yep, in fact, my exact cost on that item, and I'll tell you the honest truth, I paid $20.71. Including shipping, to get that round. So I was actually about to lose 71 cents. If you can meet me at 20, Conrad, $2 more, so I don't lose, I'll put it in your satchel. What do you think? I'll wait for you to answer that. Sure, no worries. You don't want to go $2 more? I feel like Pawn Stars here. I'm like, all right, well, and then I shake your hand. I say, if you change your mind, come on back. I got $20 for you. Yeah, but anyway, let me set that one aside. All right. Let's go America time. America, do we have any Texans in the house? I got a couple of twofers here that'll work for Texans. If anybody's from Texas, you may appreciate this. This is a 1 ounce silver round. We're going to open the bidding on this one at $35. This is, let's get him to do his due. Texas Pew Pew round, Second Amendment. All right, Conrad, hang in there. We only got about another hour to go, so. All right, so this is a Texas Pew Pew round with the ARs over the great state of Texas. Very basic on the front, just the state, the steer, and the stun guns. And on the back, just screaming Eagles, baby. Constitutional open carry round, Texas connection. Some fine print going on around the edges there about the Second Amendment. If you're a Texan, Lone Star State lover, this might be for you at $35 for Independence Day. Know your rights in my themed America Independence Day collection that I'm doing here. Cool coin. Got the bullets. So the lines you see around, I don't know if you can tell, they're bullets. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Very detailed there. Couple collapsing stock. They almost look like a combination between like an AR and a 308 setup of some sort there. Like a 308 AR. Anyway. And on the back looks like a shotgun and an AR. Maybe that's why it's confusing on the front, seeing the detail. A couple pistols up above the eagle. Super cool. $35. And these are premium rounds, folks. I'm not just expensive for bullion. It's sure you can go buy some $25, you know, generic Sunshine Mint somewhere, but this is slightly different stuff. Not exorbitantly more expensive, but these rounds, you know, silver kind of bounces around, but these collectible, different low mintage art rounds like this tend to run around $30 to $50. I try to price accordingly to what's going on with eBay. And this one at 35 is pretty fair. No interest? How are we doing for interest out here? I'm just going to go bang, bang, bang through this stuff and just keep showing you things till somebody wants it. We've got, not sure how many people are here right now. I've got too many screens going. Maybe 20 people in here. So, yeah, if no Texans are ready to leap out of their seat and grab this thing, I will move on. Starting bid at 35. Not seeing any action. I'm not seeing any chat at all. Did I go offline? Like the chat isn't moving. I see Don't Ask saying the Eagle's cool. The Eagle is cool. I don't know if y'all are in Gypsy Stackers Discord, but we were trading some gifts in there, and I had one of the Eagle with shooting in flags and stuff. Kind of looked like this, an eagle with guns in his hands. All right. Not seeing a ton of interest happening here on this Texan round. Move him over with Sam Boyd. Apparently people have never heard of Sam Boyd and they've never heard of Texas. Any interest? Confirming with Brad. USA. Pass, I think. I think I agree, Claude. Then we're going to move on from that. Let's see what might interest people next. We can do something fairly inexpensive here. I've shown these before to some of you, and I have two of them. These are the Falp rounds. These are just generic bullion. I will bin these. I have two of them. I will bin these for $28 each. They're like a, call that checker, not checker design. That's like a 60s, you know, sock hop. I think of the like bowling shirts and socks of the Happy Days era when I see that pattern. But it's just a generic troy ounce from the Falp Mint. It's got the globe on one side. $28 a piece. Buy it now. I have two of them. Any interest at $28 on the Falp rounds? Boy, chat has quieted down. How can I fluff up the chat some here? Maybe we need to do a giveaway after this item. Be all over that if you had not bought your gold. Well, mean one, the good news is I'll be here every Sunday. Yep, I have 2 of these rounds, $28 each. All right, nobody is really beating down the door on these guys either. Should I go more gold again? Should we do a giveaway? Just trying to keep you people interested. You're here, you're watching. Tell me why. Tell me what it is that you want. Please tell me why. You'll be here every Sunday. I bet you will, because I'm going to try to bring you the good deals and be fair and reasonable and pass along savings when I get them, or scalp you when I get scalped, I guess. I don't know. We'll have fun one way or another. You will bend them. So that's 2 at 28 each. Just one or both, mean one? I think you're taking both, is what I'm seeing. You get a bigger bag. I'm going to need a bigger bag for your stuff. Let's see. Mean one. You're making the right decision, mean one. That's actually also below my cost. What did I pay for the pouch? Let me check. Yep, the Falp rounds. The Falp rounds I actually paid $31.66 for. So you got them, you ripped me off, you robber. I paid $31.66 each for them, and you're getting them for 28 bucks a piece. Smoking deal. M1. But you guys, this is the nature of these streams, and I don't know if everybody realizes it, but we're buying inventory all the time. So when I bought these in March, silver was at, $33 or whatever, $35. And I got a good deal on them. I got them a couple $100 or a couple dollars under spot. But now you're getting them for a couple dollars under what I paid for them because we've tanked the market, So I'm going to go ahead and move them and then try to replace them with more inventory while I'm buying the dip too. And so we roll along. It's a cash flow game, not a profit game as much as you think. So just a little full disclosure on the auction business. But I have you M1 at 2 times 28 on those. And my marker is squiggly, so it looks ugly. But I'm going to go ahead and put that with your gold here. So that you have, on your way to you, it's 2 ounces of silver, a 1/25th of an ounce of gold. It's a stacker starter kit. Although you're not a starter, but it's a good little kit. That's a sweet pickup, man. Getting 2 ounces of silver and a chunk of gold all in one auction. And I appreciate you being here and taking care of that. So that goes over there in the bag it, tag it, stack it, rack it, ship it, and send it pile. Yeah, there you go. Silver round stack. Let's see. What is next? We get to remove another empty easel from the sold pile. Thank you very much. Throw that in the box. Let's mix it up a little bit. Now, one thing that's pretty American is playing video games. Now, this is a very new, very kind of high premium round on the market right now, but this is the Assassin's Creed round. Now, because I don't have the box and fancy packaging that comes with the maxed out version of this, I just have the round in a capsule. I would start bidding on this at a competitive price of $40 for the Assassin's Creed. So that's going to go to the person who's really a big fan of the game, big fan of the franchise of Assassin's Creed. Not everybody is, but if you are, you know. These are gonna be hard to come by, and they're kind of like the Marvel characters for video gamers. They're pretty popular. But I know there is a bundle that comes with a fancier box and everything. Hi, Muscle Shell. Thanks for wandering by. But as you can see, the finish of this is really cool. The way it's like, it's actually like 3 different finishes. There's like a matte, the matte finish, and then like the burnished finish, and then like the polished finish. It's really pretty neat. And then on the back, you've got the leaping logo, kind of Assassin's Creed. And again, the frosted, that's the word I was looking for, frosted gloss and matte. Like, it's super cool. As we work in the dark to serve the light. We work in the dark to serve the light. Assassin's Creed. Any interest on that at $40? That's a good deal on a highly collectible, highly desired, low mintage coin. Well, round, not coin. I try to be right about saying coin and round at the right times. See how the chats do it over here? Hi, Muscle Shell. Hey, Crazy Jim. Any interest in the Assassin's Creed? Starting bid 40. What'd I pay for the Assassin's Creed? Let's see. I'm a pretty full disclosure guy. I'll tell you when you're paying me less than what I paid for something. I may not always tell you when you're paying me more, but that's part of the game. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I don't even think I ever wrote down the Assassin's Creed round yet on my spreadsheet because it's pretty new in my stack. But I think I paid like $47 for it. I was kind of hoping it would run up in the auction a little bit, but I'll set it aside and sell it another day. It's only getting rarer and more valuable. All right, so it looks like no interest in Assassin's Creed. Moving on. Put him over here in the no interest category. Check back later if you're interested in that. All right, let's see. The gold heated up things a little bit. Maybe I'll do another little piece of gold. Or do you want to see some big stuff? Maybe I'm underdoing it. Do you guys want to see something large and in charge? Let me show you something. Actually, the newest thing I bought. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. This is so freaking cool that I really didn't intend to sell it. But if I get the right offer, I might. What we have here, you guys have seen these round cans, and you know there's always something cool inside these round cans. I found this online from an online marketplace, and the guy had one, and I have not seen one anywhere else. I've never seen anybody else have this yet. It's the space rocket, and let me show you what's going on here. Like the other coins, it comes in a round box with a piece of paper that tells you that the mintage on this is a whopping 500 units. There are only 500 of this on Earth. And it's ironic that I said on Earth, because what we have here is unbelievable. We have a Liberty high relief with a rocket ship on it. Conrad's in at 40 on the Assassin's Creed. I'll back up to that, Brad. I caught it. I'm looking at too many screens, and I was killing some time showing off my new toy here. Now, I paid way too much money for this, probably. But look at that, guys. Just look at that round. And I was just talking to Brad and some other people the other night, Bait the Hook and others. I can't remember where I was, about colorized coins. And I don't normally like the colorized coins, because I buy silver because it's silver. Just look at that. It is absolutely stunning with its 3D and the little rocket on it. See how that... Oh my gosh, it's just so awesome. Backside, the gold plating like the bottom of the original capsule, space capsules. So it's the United States of America, 1 ounce silver dollar. Isn't it just amazing? This is personal collection material here. This is something I'll probably keep. I'd have to get like $200 for it to sell it. and then, you know, you'd be ripping yourself off. So it's just that I love it so much. It's outstanding. Has anybody seen one before? Has anybody seen one of these Pacific Liberties before with the rocket ship on it? I believe that's destined to be historic metal. For the moment, it belongs to me, Historic Metals, so it is Historic Metals. Yeah, definitely, Conrad. I'm not sure I ever want to sell that, because it's a mintage of 500, and any coin or round or bar that's in the mintage under 1,000 is kind of an automatic never let go of it situation. But I've never seen one of those before, and it's just outstanding. So just to quickly rewind a little bit, Conrad, did I have you at 40 on Assassin's Creed? If so, I'll mark that down and put it in your bag. I believe that was the case, so I'm going to put that in a baggie for you. Yeah, the rocket side. I saw, okay, so I'm just going to confess. I bought that on Facebook, on a Facebook group. And by the way, I don't want to compete with myself or the other streamers, but if you guys aren't on Facebook and didn't know there was Facebook groups for trading silver, they exist. And there's some smoking deals in there. But I fought and I begged the guy because I didn't get paid until like the day after he listed it. And I went on there, I'm like, I really love this coin. I really want this coin. Sell it to whoever asks for it first, but please don't take this listing down till I have talked to you. And he waited for me and sold it to me and shipped it to me really fast and threw in. He actually came and watched my YouTube channel, the guy I bought that spaceship from off of Facebook, a stranger. He came and checked out my YouTube channel and watched my Widow's Mite video. And when I received the space rocket, which I overpaid for, he had thrown in a slabbed Widow's Mite for me as well. And I already had one, but it was really nice of him to watch my video and said, I put something in your package I think you'll like. And sent me as a total stranger customer an extra coin. So Conrad, I'm writing 40 on the Assassin's Creed. Cool. And putting that in your bag it, tag it, stack it, rack it, and ship it pile right over here. So, yeah, we'll go back here and adding that to your bag of copper. So this is multi-metal night. Conrad here has managed to pile up a couple ounces of silver and some copper with the Lakota set and the 10th on the other round. And it looks like M1M1 who's buying silver and gold. I'm a one-stop shop, folks. I got your copper, silver, gold. Heck, I could do a piece of platinum if anybody's into that, but I only have one, and it's not a low-end piece. It's a couple $100, so I don't know if you care about platinum tonight. It wasn't really on my plan. Do I have anybody interested in larger silver? Oh, was it an auction? Oh, that's right, it was. You're right, Brad. I was thinking buy it now, and I just sold it to Conrad for 40. Yeah, I got to take it back out, Conrad. He's right. He's right. I can't just give it to you without auctioning it properly. There might have been somebody waiting to snipe. So let me pull that back out. It's back out of the bag. We are going to run the sniper video running this Assassin's Creed like to Conrad now. We'll run the sniping. Here we go. Boom. Brad will call it when it's over. All right, there's the signal to Brad to stop the bidding. I blew that. That was embarrassing. Got to talking about that rocket coin. Forgot I was in the middle of an auction. So, did anybody end up coming back and snipe again? Let me jump over to chat. Can't break the tradition of making mistakes. That's a fact. Right. So, it looks like you threw in a test snipe. There's the sold. Your timing was impeccable from my side, Conrad, but you already had it. Nothing changes. It goes back in Conrad's bag. My apologies to any potential snipers who feel like they just got robbed. You can shoot at me in the next round. All right, so let me set that back over here where it was. Take a quick sip of my adult beverage. All right, Salvation Nation. Let's move on. So, nice catch, Conrad. Nice catch, Brad. Thank you, guys. 18 people watching. Awesome. 33 likes. Holy smokes. It's blowing up like the 4th of July around here. Let's see. What are we going to do next? How about another piece of gold? Let's do an itty bitty teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini piece of gold here. Let me double check my price on this thing before I undersell myself to death today. Ah, yeah, this is an easy one. I've got some beginner gold for you today. This is gold for newbies. This is gold for people who don't have any gold. They want a piece of gold, but they're not really sure about having gold, and they just want some, just so they can have some. This is a made in Texas, American-made, American-minted TGR 1/100th. It's very small. Let's see here. I want to show you the label, and then I'll show you the gold, but I don't know if I can get it to do its thing. Let's try the paper trick. This is a gold bar, but it's very small. There we go. 1/100th, 999. That's what I'm looking for. Made in Texas. This one is going to open bidding as an auction at... Okay, I lost it on my chart over there. We're opening the bidding on this 1/100th of an ounce of gold at $35. So if you were thinking you might want a piece of gold in your collection, this is some American-made prepper gold, they call it. On their website, they call it prepper gold. It does have, you know, factory sealed authenticity, serial number on the back. 1/100th of an ounce of gold. Auctioning that at $35 to open bid. This, by the way, the reason I have this originally is because I'm a gold backs dealer. We'll talk about gold backs all the time on this channel. But I'm a gold backs dealer, and a 50 gold back note is also 1/20th of an ounce of gold. The 5, or the 10, no, the 10 is, I'd have to go look at them again. I get them mixed up all the time because they're in thousands. So the 1/100th is the 10, right? 10 thousandths. So the 10 gold back note is the same amount of gold as this gold bar, but this is a gold bar. So I got it to compare them, you know, and say, okay, how much gold is really in a gold back? Well, there's this much, this little gold bar here. And to give you some scale on this piece of gold, I'll put it next to a typical silver round. But understand it's a very thin bar. So it's a nice piece that you can actually see. A lot of the time the fractional gold is very small. But opening bid $35 for 1/100th of an ounce of gold. Basically, this is your gift. This is your something to give a graduate, something to give a bride who wants something old, something new, something gold, something blue, and all of that. Good thing to have in her, you know, little purse for the wedding or something like that. If you lose it, you know, you don't break the bank, but comes in handy to have a little piece of gold around now and then. Any interest on this at 35? Not seeing much motion. We started out like a rocket. We were selling everything I held up. Then we slowed down there a little bit. Trying to figure out my crowd, see what you guys are coming for. You'll have to let me know, because I'm not a mind reader. Damn it, Jim, I'm a gold dealer, not a doctor. What do we got here? Any interest at $35 on solid bar of pure gold? Really nice thing to throw in your wallet or have as a piece of starter gold. If you plant it, you can grow an entire gold tree. Or so they told me. Shay Shay's here. $35 to Shay Shay is what I see in chat right now. How you doing, Mr. Shay Shay? You having a good weekend? Getting your Independence Day on? Floating through the streams? Shay at 35. Unfortunately, there's nothing to see on the back, just a certificate of authenticity, which is hard to say with dentures. Authenticity. But it is a hologram, factory. These guys are in Texas. They make prepper gold. So the idea is this is gold that's in like a flexible assay card that you can stick in your wallet. They kind of are one of the many options for fractional gold for trading purposes. See if I can get really close on the bar here and let you see what it's all about. Sometimes if you shake it a little bit, it'll focus. All right, so we're going to run the sniper video because I see a fair warning from Brad. We're starting to get our silly process down to a science here. I feel you, Conrad. I've had to strict my spinning too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is anybody sniping Shay Shay? We will see. Brad should be putting in stop bidding any moment now. I see a mark from Conrad. I see a sold. No snipe. Shay Shay takes it. At 35. Good pickup. That's a cool piece of gold to have in your wallet. It's flat. You can kind of stick it in there with your credit cards and everything. If you ever needed to convince a taxi driver to take you home or something, you could probably give him this and get a ride or whatever. Which would be just handy emergency stash, or like I said, a nice little gift for somebody. Congratulations. Get a baggie for you. I have it written all over already. Get one started for Shay Shay. Hi, Jenny, sweetheart. Good to see you. Jenny's someone I've been on a few open panels with once or twice. Nice to see you here. Thanks for coming by, Shay Shay. I'm marking up your package here. Shay Shay at $35. And just confirm that here with the old auction home base view. There you go, Shay Shay. Putting that aside for you in the bag it, tag it, stack it, rack it, ship it pile over there. Yeah, so you can't pay me friends and family, Stephanie. Let me address that real quick. I haven't talked about payments for a few moments. I have a merchant account. As of July, PayPal is screwing over merchant accounts from taking friends and family. We're no longer allowed to take friends and family. So it's looking for an account for me that doesn't exist because I don't have a personal account. So you have to send your PayPal the regular way and I have to eat the fees. So keep that in mind. Part of the margin that you see me making on these items is covering the fact that if you're paying PayPal, I'm swallowing 3% plus on that. Unfortunately, I prefer Cash App or Venmo, actually. Either one are cheaper, I think. But ideally, Cash App. If you can't do Cash App, I do take PayPal to info@historicmetals.com, but it's going to be for goods and services, and I'm going to have to pay a fee on that. I'm going to have to probably start, either separating it out and being like, the item is this much plus the fee for PayPal, like you see online dealers do. But yeah, so if there's a problem with the making payment, yeah, it's got to be goods and services now, mean one. I don't think you even get a choice for me anymore. I'm pretty sure that unless they haven't finished rolling it out to everywhere, as of July, PayPal changed these rules. You're hearing it on all the streams. All the guys that have merchant accounts are going to be telling you this. If anybody has problems paying me, it's PayPal's fault, and we'll sort it out. Yeah, Conrad, well, that's true. And when I wrote the description a month ago, this hadn't been announced by PayPal. We all started getting emails about it over the last few weeks. Yeah, Brad, we're opening another PayPal account. Exactly. The problem is I actually do operate a business, so I have to use the merchant account. I pay taxes. I pay sales tax and certain things and, my supplies and my licenses for software and stuff are all expenses, all organized as an actual business. So I have to run the merchant account, and therefore, but see, the thing is, that's good for you guys because you may or may not know this, but if you pay friends and family to somebody, if you have money in your PayPal account, you just pay the $20 or whatever. But if you're paying $20 friends and family and you're using your credit card to load that, then you're paying an extra fee. Now, I actually don't invoice me in one. The standard procedure is just total up what you owe me, add $5 for shipping, and send it to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Cash App is $HistoricMetals. Venmo is @HistoricMetals. My email address is info@HistoricMetals. All of that is on the bottom of the video right now. Well, the description area has it all in there. Brad will paste it in chat periodically. And you can see my email address at all times on the screen right here in the bottom right corner down there. So, but yeah, in terms of invoicing, that would be madness. I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8 different people that are going to be sending me money and sending me shipping information after the show. Trying to remember the person who needs an invoice or something would be a little complicated. So just keep a total for what, and at the end of the show, I can help you add up what you owe for the whole show. And then send your total in all at once with the $5 flat rate shipping for the whole bundle. In the case of Kickstart, it's going to be $3 shipping for your special deal on that buying all of the bins. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. Right here, right now. So I talked about goldbacks. I don't know if you guys are fans of goldbacks, but one of my 4th of July specials that I'm running on eBay right now is I'm doing a 3-pack of goldbacks, the 1,000th of an ounce goldbacks. I have them for all 3 states, Utah, Nevada, and New Hampshire. I'm doing 3 for $17.76. And I would be able to include those in your bundles if you're interested in those at $17.76 for freedom, baby. A free voluntary local currency that's free in the sense of freedom, not free in the sense of price. They are fully gold. If you're not familiar with goldbacks, I'll show you one outside of the bundle here. They are really, really cool. They're very decorative gold currency notes made out of 100% pure gold through a very high-tech process in which they're printed. These are really cool in the microscope. Let me show you one of these in the microscope, Cam. This is super neat. So if you're looking at this in the microscope, Cam, which is here, and I get focused in on it, this is a goldback at 1,000 times from the front. Oh, sorry, what you're seeing is the label of the, yeah, there we go. This is 1,000-time magnification on the goldback where you can see the gold molecules. Let me crank the light up on it. Are applied. So if I flip it over this side, that's the gold that's actually been layered into the copolymer plastic laminate that holds it all together. Real genuine gold. And when I back off to where you can see some scale of where I'm actually looking at, I'm over the back of the gold back here. So you can kind of see the edge of the gold back as I zoom out with my thumb. And then if I go back into the printed gold back, the manufactured gold back, and go to 1,000 magnification, you can actually see the solid gold in there. And that's how the gold is recoverable. And where you see dark colors, that's the absence of gold and ink on the polymer on the front. So that what you have is this intricate design on the front, like this girl here. And she has a mixture of where there is gold and isn't gold, and ink applied in this process to create basically this, to go back to a proper view, this intricate design work, which has never been counterfeited. It's impossible to counterfeit these because they have so many security measures, serial numbers, micro printing. They are 1,000th of a troy ounce of pure gold in each of the 1 notes. This is a 1 note gold back, 1 gold back note. And I have them for all 3 states. So if you're interested in a set of gold backs at 1776 bin, just say the word. Yep, I'll check everybody's payments at the end of the stream, which, by the way, is going to be in about, let's see, it's 6:30. I came on at 5, 6, somewhere in the next hour. Says Muscle Shell. What's on your mind, Muscle Shell? What's got you humming over there? Stephanie, we'll definitely make sure your payment got to me. Just make sure, most importantly, that I get emails from you folks. If I get your emails, we can figure out everything else later. I'm not super uptight about it, as long as I have a way to reach you. My first giveaway show, I had to chase down a guy for about a week, try to ask people in streams if they'd seen him, just so I could give him something he won for free. You'll bin one, mean one? So you'd like a set of the Goldbacks mean one. Well, I'm going to write this down. They also will come in a, the Goldbacks will come in a plastic bill sleeve thing. So let me put you a set of 3 together. Let me give you a better view on the auction here so you can watch me work. But I'm going to take out 1 Utah, put it in your sleeve here. So 1 Utah, 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer. We're going to get 1 Utah, 1 New Hampshire. Put that in here. I think you'll think these are really cool when you get them if you've never held one before or seen one before. They are so beautiful and such a great way to introduce people to gold. Yeah, there's fees on everything, Conrad. I don't really know what the Venmo fee is. I was saying earlier I don't normally use Venmo. I just added it because people were asking for it on other streams. Ideally, it'd be Cash App for everybody because it's the easiest, it's the fastest, it's the cheapest. I don't know why everybody's not using Cash App, but it works with my bank, my credit card, my debit card, like anything I want. I use my PayPal merchant account primarily for my 23-year-old eBay account, which, by the way, if you're concerned about my feedback, you can look me up on eBay, where I've been there for 23 years and have excellent seller feedback. So this is going to be, I'm not going to write on your currency sleeve. In this case, mean one, I'm just going to put it with your other stuff so that your currency sleeve will stay nice and tidy. Yeah, the Nevada ones, and pro tip I tell everybody on all the streams is buy the Utah ones while you still can, because they're getting ready to change the Utah design. Utah was the first state they issued back in like 2018 or 19, and they're going to change the Utah design, which makes the older ones even better. You know, they're going to get more rare again for the new design coming on. And then they're going to introduce some new states this year too. I think it's Wyoming and Montana or North Dakota. I've got to look that up because you guys have probably deduced by now I'm terrible about memorizing things. No, Stephanie, I don't have Zelle. I did have Zelle at Wells Fargo for years, but I closed my Wells Fargo account because Wells Fargo is a big, sucky national corporate bank. I use a really small online bank. They are not integrated with Zelle yet. But they give me 2% cash back on my checking account and 2% cash back on everything I do on my credit and debit card. So I end up saving 4% on almost everything. So I'm going to stay there. And unfortunately, yeah, Steph, PayPal through regular goods and services, which is just info@historicmetals.com. So the same way you'd pay anybody on PayPal. Dollar Cash App or Venmo at Historic Metals. If you're having trouble with all of that, just make sure you capture my email address, info@historicmetals.com. Get a hold of me after the show, and we'll figure it out. Okay? So, cool. Brad, what am I doing? Am I out of my mind? I think I'm not. I think we're currently in between items. And still wondering if anybody wants to bin any Goldbacks. Well, that's still open. I saw a mean one for 1 set. Let me scroll back in chat. What's going on there? Yeah, it's be $5 shipping on that. The percentage they're charging me for friends and family. Yeah, so vote for Pedro. The deal with that is friends and family is no longer an option for merchant accounts. It's still fine for people that use personal accounts. But I actually have a business, so I can't use a personal account for this. And therefore, people like Stormy, you're going to hear from him too. He can't use friends and family anymore. And myself, and I think Steeler, SC, one of those guys was talking about it the other day. Those of us with merchant accounts can't do friends and family. So when you even try to send us a payment, it probably wouldn't be an option. Check and see if I received money from Steph on PayPal. Sure, hold on. I was going to do all that at the end of the stream, so we didn't bother anybody else with it. When I watch other people's streams and they start focusing on one person with 20 people watching, it kind of makes me nuts. But because this is the topic for everyone right now about getting paid and paying on PayPal, let's just see if what she did worked. So I've got my tablet out here, and I'm just going to pop in there and see what I got going on. I'm not sure exactly what I'm expecting from Stephanie, so let me see what her amount was. Detour on that for a second. Stephanie was at $45 for the round, so with shipping that'd be $50. So I see $48.06 because the fees, right? So yep, Stephanie, you sent me $50. I ate $1.94 of that, and you ended up paying me $48.06, but you spent $50, so that's how that works. I don't think that's gonna work there. So yeah, so see, that's what happens to me. I end up eating $2 off of what she sent. Yep. So there you go. Too old and tired to learn a new one. So I'm 52, 53, and I'm just here to tell you the internet made it to the public in 1998. So you've had a little time, but I won't razz you too hard. It's only been 32 years of internet for people to figure it out. All right, cool. So here we go. All right, that's taken care of. So I got that, and we demonstrated to everyone how PayPal loves to bang up the merchants. Let's do another piece of gold, because I think the goldbacks have had plenty of time. Yeah, it's good all this to get squared up early on, Conrad. Exactly. That's what we're doing here. Squaring it up while it's still mostly friends in here that all know me pretty well, or at this point are aware that I'm kind of a dumbass and that I'm going to make mistakes. And that, you know, Brad is here to make me look good, basically. And Claw's here to fluff up the chat and keep track of bidders. And I haven't seen Katie, my other mod, tonight. I think I saw her at another stream. She's cheating on me. But that's okay. We've got good mods here. So the next thing I could do, I think I showed this last week and didn't get any interest, but I'm going to try and show it again this week since we've had some people into the gold. This is the half-gram Titanic coin, Cook Islands Titanic coin in its little bitty capsule. This one is so small because it's a half-gram that, as you can see by my thumbnail, it's about half the size of my regular human-sized thumbnail. But it's a super detailed coin up close of the Titanic. Let me get my piece of paper behind it. Oh, hi, Katie. Yeah, cool, cool. Hi, Katie. So, like, I wish for Katie and she appears. See how that works? We got mods here that are, like, telepathic. But yeah, this is the Titanic coin. It actually says Titanic on it. I almost wonder if I could do this crazy move here. Let's try something. Oh my gosh, this might work. It does work. I can show you a loop on the camera. What a trip. This is not something you see every day. But I could probably also do it with the microscope too. So if I grab my microscope down there and get it lit up and hover over this coin and then switch to the microscope view, we'll look at the coin. So this is going to be going for $60. This is a, oh, I've got the cap on the microscope again. This is a Cook Islands Titanic. There, look at that. That's what the microscope going on now. Now we're dialing it in. So it's a Titanic coin, gold, pure gold. Try to back off it a little bit and get the whole thing in the picture. So you're getting some reflection off the actual microscope, like plastic light protector thing there. There's nothing I can do about that. Get centered on it again. The queen on the back. Cook Islands, $5 gold piece. Worth $5 in the Cook Islands. It's a 2022. Queen Elizabeth on the back. Half gram of gold. I can let that go for $60. It's a collectible premium piece with great detail. A lot of people like to ship coins. Starting to get this microscope mastered here. When you imagine the detail in a coin this small, it's just crazy to me how they do that. If I had like a regular piece of money laying around, I'd show you. This is my size 9 silver ring, and it fits inside it. Whatever. So yeah, so that's available. Any interest on this piece of gold at $60 for a half gram? We've been doing good with fractional gold buyers so far in this auction. So now I'm uncertain why I've switched back to the item cam, but it's not showing up on my side. Strange. Let's try to reset here. Okay, now back to the item. Well, that's weird. I seem to have lost my item cam. Let me reset it. There we go. It froze. Yeah, this is a bin at, sorry, this is an auction starting at $60. Brad, I'm really terrible at communicating to you. Because I'm just kind of, I'm going to have to start writing like a script. Like this item is going to be at a bin, an auction or whatever, and publish it in advance. I think that's the only way I'm going to get through this consistently from week to week, like Silver Seeker does. Set that down for a second. So to confirm, it is in fact an auction. Opening bid is $60. It's a half gram Cook Islands coin of gold. Hi, Clay. How are you? Starting bid $60. Let me see if I can find the web page for one, but I think I can actually get it to. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good view right there. Nice little piece of gold in its little capsule. Just doing some little gold. If anybody's interested in 1/10 eagles, I could bring those out too, but from the crowd I've been seeing so far, it looks like we've been mostly interested in the smaller items. Any interest on this? We'll go another little bit of time. I'm happy to keep this one too. This is kind of like the spaceship dollar I showed you earlier. It's just something I really like. I like Titanic stuff. The historic metals, you know, aspect of the Titanic is important for my interests and my brand. The queen on the back, she's pretty typical, so we'll focus on the Titanic side. If I can get it to focus again. I'm going to work out a better way to get this to... I like the way that Keith has his microscope where you can just set things on it and it's always permanently a fixed position. He still has to adjust it some, but not nearly as much as us people that wave them around in the air with our hands shaking on small pieces. I'm not smelling much interest on that though as time passes. So we make pass on the half gram Titanic coin. You know, fractional gold's expensive, but if it's all you got, it's all you got. And if you're, you know, especially if you're a new stacker, the recommendation is, of course, not to buy small fractional gold, but sometimes you just want a piece. So, you know, buying a $60 piece of gold, you got it out of your system, and then you've got some gold. Then you focus on saving up for the ounces, but at least you got a piece to give you incentive to look at and hold and wish you had a bigger one. That's why I ended up with it. I don't see any interest, Brad. I think we're going to move on from the half gram Titanic. Let's do a giveaway. What do you say? You guys want to do a giveaway while we still have 14 people here and we're about 10 minutes before the end of my 2-hour show, which is what I had set out to do today? Yeah, we're passing on that. We're going to do a giveaway. We had a pretty good crowd tonight. What I'm going to give away tonight is kind of a gag gift, but a cool one. What I have for you tonight, these are not worth money, okay? These are not money. These are not money. To disclaimer the heck out of this, this is not money. However, what it is some really cool collectible silver-plated, genuine silver-plated cardboard, basically, dollars. So you have a Frankie, you got a $100 Frankie. The back is really cool. They're really shiny. They would look great in like a poster frame if you did like a display of them. But yeah, the Franklin. Then you got the Rosie, right? I think that's Roosevelt, right? I'm not actually sure. You got this Einstein looking dude, Hamilton, I think. And then you've got, and I'm terrible at presidents. Are you sure that's Jefferson? Lincoln? We all know who Lincoln is. And who's the guy? What's his name? Van Buren? Washington? So yeah, it's a set of silver. It's like the gold playing cards, yeah. This is our giveaway tonight. I'll tell you how we're going to do it in just a second. But they're really neat. I have a gold set here as well. But if you look really close at them, I can get it in there. It is 0.999 silver coated. That literally is silver. That's why it's so shiny and everything. But as you can see, they're kind of flexible. And they're like... They're not like the gold backs. Gold backs are real gold. Gold backs have 1,000th of an ounce of gold in them, or 100th of an ounce of gold, or 20th of an ounce of gold. These have a thin micron thick veneer of silver on them, and they're strictly ornamental. Ornamental is the right word. But they're our giveaway. The way we're going to do it, we have 15 people in chat. We're going to do the thing where I write down a number, and I tell you guys the range. Brad's going to start by putting in the number range and telling you to go. And then we will let that simmer for a few minutes till we feel like all 15 of you have entered a number. You can only enter one number. You can only enter it and don't retract it. What we're going to try to do here is find the closest number to the one I write down without going over. Okay, so the number range is going to be from 17 to 76. Big wide range, so we may not hit this on the first try. But the way we're gonna do it is closest without going over. So we definitely get a winner, even if you don't hit the right number, because somebody will be the highest and closest to the number without going over, no matter what. Unless everybody goes over the number, then we don't have a winner. We'll have to do it again. So Brad, the number range is 17 to 76. 1776. We're doing freedom, baby. So when Brad says go, he'll say, he'll type in the number range and say go, 17 to 76. Everybody enter a number between 17 and 76. And when we stop it, when Brad stops it, when we feel like we've got 15 entries and everybody's put in their number, mods are welcome to participate. Then we will pick a winner and ship it to them. So at that point, the person who is closest to the number without going over will be our winner. So I'll let Brad be the judge. While you guys are picking numbers, I'm going to throw the background music back on, and I'm going to have a sip of my adult beverage here because it is a holiday weekend. And I've been talking a lot for 2 hours solid. And I think we'll make this the end of stream giveaway. We'll call it a 2-hour stream today. I can keep going, but I think that some of the evening shows are going to start to kick on. And I've had pretty good business this evening, thanks to you kind folks. It's been good to see everyone and have you here tonight as we do this in-the-stream giveaway that Brad is managing in the chat right now. I'd just like to thank you. Personally wish each and every one of you a happy Independence Day for you and your family. Please be safe, be free, and party all weekend long. Eat a lot of barbecue, have a good time with that. Check in on chat here. All right, stop is in. Brad has dropped the stop. I'm going to hold up my piece of paper. My number was 68. My number was 68, Brad. Who we got? Let me scroll to the back where you started them out. It's going to be closest without going over. Looks like mean one is what I see at 61. Is that correct? Confirm for me with an impartial mod that it is mean one at 61. Does that look right? Awesome. So it's mean one taking home the cool silver display money. I'm going to put that over here with a note on it that that's for mean one. Let's see here. M1. Golly, Sergeant Carter. Way to go, M1. You really did well tonight. You got gold and silver and paper out of the deal. Silver paper. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. Now, what I'm going to do right now is basically wind up the stream. I am going to hang out for a few minutes and chat before I shut it completely off and just let the like, subscribe panel be up on the screen while we sort out any questions or anything like that. In the meantime, in between times, this has been Historic Metals, a live auction every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you next time. Happy Independence Day, and I'm dropping a chat to handle the business. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for coming, everybody.